want to clear your clutter in 2021 so that by this time next year you've got less clutter and more space in your home? Have you made endless New Year's resolutions to clear your clutter and never quite succeeded in achieving it? Maybe you don't bother to set a New Year's resolution to clear your clutter anymore because you know that you're probably going to fail like you have every other year. I know I gave up setting myself a New Year's resolution to clear my clutter when I had my clutter challenge because nothing ever seemed to change from year to year. I'd decide to clear it. I'd feel all positive on New Year's Eve when I made my New Year's resolution to clear my clutter. I'd feel all positive on New Year's Day as I started to get stuck in. But then I'd look at my clutter and I'd feel the motivation and that positivity just drain from my body. And it'd get replaced with that sense of overwhelm, that sense of hopelessness, helplessness, all of which combined to cause me to procrastinate. I just didn't know where to start. So once again, my cycle of blitzing the clutter and ignoring it, blitzing, ignoring, that would all start again. And I'd carry on doing that for the rest of the year like I had every other year. And before I'd even got to the end of January, guess what? Another New Year's resolution to clear my clutter that I'd failed to keep. Incidentally, did you know that on average, 80% of people have given up on their New Year's resolutions by Valentine's Day, and only 8% of people who set a New Year's resolution actually succeed at achieving it by the end of the year that they made it. Doesn't give us much hope really, does it? Now, if you want to become one of the 8% of people who do succeed at achieving their New Year's resolutions, there are actually 7 secrets that you need to know about in terms of how to successfully achieve any New Year's resolution, any goal that we set ourselves. So first, people rarely have a New Year's resolution that's only going to take a day or two to achieve. If they did, if it didn't take that long, then actually that's just something that's on our to-do list rather than a New Year's resolution that's going to enable us to change our lives in a meaningful way. A New Year's resolution is like setting yourself a goal of eating an elephant. And how do you eat an elephant? Bite by bite. We need to break down the elephant into manageable bite-sized pieces that we can kind of eat in one go. And that's what we need to do with our New Year's resolution as well. The second secret is that we need to understand the benefits of having our clutter. Yeah, you heard me right, the benefits of having your clutter, because ultimately you're addicted to your clutter. It's your drug of choice. Unless we understand why we have our clutter and what the benefits are, we're never going to successfully clear it forever. Third secret, we need to get a clear goal. So why do you want to clear your clutter? How specifically will your life be better when you've cleared it? Fourth secret, we need to accept that because our New Year's resolution is going to enable us to change our life for the better, we're going to need to learn a new skill of how to do whatever it is that we want to do as our New Year's resolution. And just naturally by learning, we are going to make mistakes. That's actually the best way to learn. And it's okay to make mistakes. The trick is not to let those mistakes and failures cause us to give up, because we probably have in the past. Fifth secret, we need to be accountable to others to make sure that we do the doing so that we don't give up and so that we have the support that we need to keep going through the mistakes and the tough days and the weeks that we're inevitably going to have where we just think, oh, this is all too much. The classic example of this is when we join a gym. You're much more likely to go to the gym if you have a personal trainer that you are paying to help you. Much more so than if you just have a gym buddy friend that you go to the gym with. This accountability makes the difference. Sixth secret, we need to do a little and often, because the minute we give all of our time to trying to achieve a New Year's resolution, you are doomed to fail because it's too much too fast. We need to pace ourselves because this is going to be a marathon, not a sprint. Seventh and final secret, we need to record and reward ourselves for our successes as we go along, so that as we learn our skill, we can motivate ourselves. We need to start to appreciate the significant successes that are shifts in the way that we're thinking and the habits that we've got, as well as the big successes that everybody notices. Now, I bet you haven't applied all of these secrets to your past New Year's resolutions to clear your clutter. And I know I hadn't when I made the New Year's resolution year after year to clear my clutter. And it's no wonder that I failed every time, because I wasn't applying these 7 secrets. There's a lot here that we need to think about, isn't there? But don't let it put you off. If you don't know about these 7 things, then it's no wonder that we fail. I didn't know about these 7 things when I decided on Millennium Eve that I was going to finally clear my clutter and deal with my clutter challenge. And it was then that I realised that I needed to get a lot more serious about my New Year's resolution to clear my clutter. Now, if you want to set yourself a New Year's resolution to successfully clear your clutter in 2021, then I'd like to help you turn all of these 7 secrets into success and into action. So if you're serious about wanting to clear your clutter in 2021, I'd like to help you create a realistic New Year's resolution so that you can turn it into a reality next year and, like me, become completely clutter-free forever. Touch wood, I've been completely clutter-free since Christmas 2001. Imagine how proud you'd feel being able to tell people that you had finally started to successfully clear your clutter during a pandemic. Imagine how much better Christmas could be for you this time next year if you are able to successfully apply all of these 7 secrets to a New Year's resolution to clear your clutter. Now, you're probably going to need a bit of help to make that a reality. So let me help you. If you are serious about wanting to clear your clutter in 2021, so that by this time next year you have less clutter and more space in your home and you're more organised, and I suspect that you are serious if you're still watching this video, then I want to invite you to join me in starting to apply these 7 secrets so that we can create a clutter clearing plan for 2021, okay? And I want you to join me during Crimbo Limbo Week. What's Crimbo Limbo Week, I hear you say? Well, that's the name I give to the week between Christmas and New Year. That's the week that feels a bit like an endless weekend. You don't know what day it is, you don't know who you are or what you're supposed to be doing, because you're just waiting for the new year to begin. Often, Crimbo Limbo Week is the week when we go and see friends and family, go visiting, but this year is probably going to be very different. Most of us are likely to be at home staying safe rather than going out visiting. So let's turn Crimbo Limbo Week into the week when we can help one another get a clutter clearing New Year's resolution plan together, by applying all of the 7 secrets that we need in order to succeed. That way we can become one of the 8% of people who actually succeed in achieving their New Year's resolutions. Even better, let's become one of the very few people who will be able to say at the end of the pandemic that we have started to succeed at clearing our clutter despite having had it for years. What a story that would be, that we could tell our friends and family that you turned the pandemic into a positive in terms of your clutter clearing. That'd be pretty good. By joining me during my Crimbo Limbo Live Week, as I'm calling it, I will help you make sure that you get inspired and focused and motivated, and most importantly, feel supported as you get started on your New Year's resolution to clear your clutter. I'll help you create a realistic and practical plan that applies all of the 7 secrets of success so that we can make sure that you can turn your New Year's resolution to clear your clutter into a reality in 2021. Now, Crimbo Limbo Live Week is exclusively for people who are serious about starting to clear their clutter in 2021. You're getting this invite because you've already proved that you're serious about wanting to clear your clutter. You're still watching this video now. So now's the chance to have my help to boost your clutter clearing in the new year. If you're someone who wants to carry on blitzing, weeding, piling, moving, reorganizing, or storing your clutter, then fine. You can carry on doing that on your own. I'm not interested in people who want to carry on doing that. Okay, you've probably done that for years. Carry on doing that. You're not going to get anywhere, but that's fine. But if you join my Crimbo Limbo week, we can actually make sure that we put in the time and the energy and the effort to deal with our clutter differently in 2021 compared to how we've tried to deal with it in the past. People should be joining who know that the blitzes, the weeding, the piling, the moving, the reorganising and the storing of our clutter doesn't work, and who want to do something different so that they can become completely clutter-free forever, just like me. It's for people who want to do what I did 20 years ago. They want to start a journey of learning and understanding so that they can become completely clutter-free and organised forever. So if that's you, if you're willing to put in the time and the effort that it's going to take to clear your clutter successfully in 2021, keep watching this video. So how does my Crimbo Limbo Live week work? Well, firstly, it runs from Monday the 28th of December until New Year's Eve, so it's actually 4 days. It's a series of daily live online Zoom workshops that will last no longer than 2 hours. It all depends on how many people join and how chatty we are, probably quite chatty. If you can't join all of the live workshops, that's fine, I'll be recording them. So everybody who signs up for the Crimbo Limbo Live Week can either watch or re-watch them afterwards. Okay. So what will we be doing when you sign up for my Crimbo Limbo Live Week? I quite like saying that. Well, we're going to take a bit of time to plan how we're going to succeed at clearing our clutter next year. We're going to do various things over the 4 days, starting on Monday the 28th of December and finishing on New Year's Eve. And we're going to do various things to help us build a realistic clutter clearing plan for 2021 and make sure that we get off to the best possible start. We're going to apply all of those 7 secrets to create a realistic plan. And realistic is the key word, because you've probably made plans to clear your clutter before, either by trying to clear it all in a day, maybe in a weekend, or maybe even a week. But you've been ruthless with your decision making and you haven't asked for help. Well, not this time. We are going to learn from the mistakes of the past, just like I did back when I started my own clutter clearing journey on Millennium Eve. And we're going to learn from our mistakes so that we can make sure that we don't make the same mistakes in 2021. Because as Albert Einstein said, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. So let's not do the same thing. We're going to learn from other people's mistakes so that we don't make their mistakes either. And we're going to share our mistakes in small groups during the live Zoom workshops. The last thing you want to do in 2021 is make different mistakes to the ones you've made before and still fail. So let's learn from other people's mistakes as well. We can learn a lot from hearing other people's experiences. So, let's get down to detail. On day 1, Monday the 28th of December, we're going to double check that clutter clearing really is a priority for us in 2021. Lots of people say to me that they want to clear their clutter, but when it comes down to it, they're not prepared to make the time, either because they forget that they had something else in their lives that was actually more important to focus on, or because they procrastinate and avoid it because of the fear of that change. It's very strong. So let's just check in that clearing our clutter really is a priority for us in 2021 so that we can get to work on the procrastination and fear if that's what's perhaps holding us back. And it's okay to discover on day 1 that actually clearing our clutter isn't a priority for us in 2021. Better to know now and be realistic that we won't have the time to be able to dedicate to doing the doing next year, rather than wondering, hang on a minute, why am I failing again? Probably because you're not making the time. So we're going to have to treat our clutter clearing journey like a part-time course if we want to succeed. So better to know now that we can't realistically commit a maximum of 10 hours a week to clearing our clutter than to start our journey and then wonder why we're not actually getting anywhere. Because we're not making the time. On day 2 of Crimbo Limbo Live Week, we'll start to think about what a difference clearing our clutter is going to make to our lives. Having less clutter, more space by Christmas next year. Not just in terms of how your home will look different, but how it might improve other areas of our lives. Your relationships with other people, how you spend your time, how you spend your money. You'll actually save money once you start to clear your clutter. We'll talk about that change, and I'll explain an important psychological concept that you need to know and understand before you start your journey. On day 3 of Crimbo Limbo Live Week, we'll think about all the different ways that we've tried to clear our clutter in the past, and I'll explain why they haven't worked. Once we know why our attempts in the past haven't worked, I'll share with you the options that are available to you to start your clutter clearing journey in 2021. And I'll share with you what special offers are available so that you can start quickly and easily in the first week of January. Let's bite the bullet, get that New Year's resolution off to a good start. Because this will enable us to start putting our clutter clearing plan for 2021 into action. On day 4, New Year's Eve, we're going to have a chat about what option is best for you. Okay, we'll have a live Q&A session in which I'll simply answer any questions that anybody's got about whichever option they feel is best for them. Okay, now if by the end of Crimbo Limbo Live Week you decide that you're going to start your clutter clearing journey, then that's fantastic. You will be ready to start on Monday the 4th of January. We'll get your clutter clearing journey off to the best possible start when you join my first live social gathering of the year. You'll be able to meet your fellow clutter clearing journey classmates. You'll be able to get motivated. You'll be able to find a clutter buddy who you can check in with and support while you're on your journey. You'll be able to help each other through the inevitable tough days and weeks that you'll have on your journey. And like I say, by the time we spend together each day during Crimbo Limbo Live Week will be no more than 2 hours. We'll meet via Zoom, which enables you to join from any device in your home. You don't have to join with video if you don't want to, and you don't need to be embarrassed by your clutter, because everyone else who joins Crimbo Limbo Live Week is surrounded by clutter too. If this all sounds like something that might help you achieve more and finally succeed with your clutter clearing in 2021, then all you need to do is to sign up for my Crimbo Limbo Live Week now. There are 2 time slots to be able to choose from, depending on which time zone you live in and whichever is best for you to join. So just click on whichever time slot works best for you and then pop your details in the sign up box so that I can send you the relevant link that you'll need to be able to join. It's that simple. Now, like I say, if you discover on day 1 of Crimbo Limbo Live Week that actually clearing your clutter isn't a priority for you in 2021, that's absolutely fine. Many will discover that given that we're not realistically going to get our vaccine for coronavirus until Easter next year at the earliest, that actually starting their clutter clearing journey in January will be a positive focus for those first few months while we wait to get our vaccines and while we wait to get to the end of the pandemic, because they want to feel that they've achieved something significant in terms of their clutter. Sign up for my Crimbo Limbo Live Week now so that you can get a realistic clutter clearing plan for 2021 with my help. Just click on whichever time slot shown below works best for you, and then pop your details in the sign up box so that I can send you the right link that you need to be able to join. In the meantime, I look forward to seeing you on Monday the 28th of December when we start Crimbo Limbo Live Week, so that we can get 2021 off to the best possible start in terms of our clutter clearing. Click on the link below and I shall see you very soon. Take care.